Right, hello and welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to give a brief overview of what I have done to date, and kind of like, I guess, getting started tips and strategy basically for new players, or for those creating a new character who want to just kind of do things differently. But the male character, I started the game, I think it was on normal mode, but for the female character, I put it onto the, I think it was the hardest. So, what are the tips and things I would suggest? So, when it comes to creating your character, just one of the notes I had made was how you physically make the character look in general. The only thing you can't change later, I think, is just the face itself. So there is a face, multiple faces you can choose and voices, but everything else like hairstyle and colour and all that kind of thing, cosmetics, you can alter. So yeah, we've talked about character design. There's a shop in Hogsmeade that allows you to alter appearance. Basically it's like a hair salon essentially. Now the way I played this game when I started out, and how I typically play open world RPG games like Assassin's Creed, the last 3 Assassin's Creed games, is I'll do a lot of exploring, and you know, when there's things you can collect and that benefit you. So for example, I'm just going to load in now this profile. When you do a lot of exploration early on in the immediate area, the one thing you get to do is I think it's, what is it called, collections, I think it is it collections or is it challenges? Let me see, challenges. Yes, yeah, so this is kind of, both are kind of go hand in hand. So essentially, as you walk around, would it be in the main building area and also outside in the surrounding lands, there are different, I guess we call them instances of both side quests and collectible quests. Now Merlin puzzles, or whatever you want to call them, are one form of that. There are things like popping balloons, landing platforms, complete Merlin trials. When you get your first one done, when you solve your first 2 trials, as they call them, you get to expand your storage, your inventory storage capacity. I highly recommend doing these as quickly as you can. So that's 2, 6, 10 for the first 3. Very much worth doing. Some I haven't found yet, it looks like. Then there's these platforms you'll find when you do get to the point of having your own broom, you can fly around, you'll actually see those. There are a few things. Some of the side quests will actually ask you to go and pop balloons anyway, so it kind of introduces you to doing these different things. Magic hotspots, I don't specifically remember where that was or what that was, but like I've only got done 14%. Collections, yeah, pretty much anytime you pick up something for the first time or you buy it for the first time, it gets highlighted into these collections. Oh yes, important thing to note, when you do the say the exploration challenges, when you do these, you don't automatically get them. I think you have to go in and actually click on them to claim them. And the same goes for where is it? Is it under the same? Oh yes, you get gear items. You have to click in here and claim them. So that third one there, I need to do another 4 of those particular type of quests, and then I'll get that top of the class cloak, which then leads me on nicely to inventory. So this is where things you pick up for quests, including you know, harvesting stuff out in the wild will come up. But the one I was actually looking for is gear inventory. So you get to see your character here, and you can spin around. So you notice the color backgrounds on the gear. So from lowest to highest is green, blue, purple, and orange. Now, because you have a finite amount of space, if you click on one of these, actually you'll see. So I've gotten as far as 28 slots. But when you have like a couple of greens, couple of blues, purples, oranges, and you've maxed it at 28, and you're going around and you're doing, you know, you're looting chests and bags and whatever else, or even rewards from stuff, it'll say you're full. What you should do is start deleting the green ones, because if you're nowhere near Hogsmeade, you're not going to be able to sell them. Plus it'll tell you what the value would have gotten. So I think some of them are like 30, 60, 90. Those ones, yeah, just bin them, unless you want to go to where the map is. Now my map is grayed out because of where I logged off the last time I was on, so I can't bring up the map at the moment. So you could relate it to that then, is when you're out exploring, even around the main building, at first you'll see these what do they call them, flue transport points. They show up as green once you tag them. So you basically just have to walk near them and they become active. It means that in the future then you can open the map and click on that area and then click on that flue transport, and it'll bring you back to that very spot. The same applies to when you're out exploring in Hogsmeade and the other surrounding areas. Let me see, so if I missed any points I wanted to say there. Yeah, so after that kind of initial design, exploration, what did we say, collections, challenges, the next thing that kind of you'd be doing as part of all of that is, as you do say side quests and make friend quests and stuff like that, it is worth doing them as well. But you'll also find hidden scrolls, like you'll see a glimmer, and the more of those you find and collect. Now there's a spell in particular that you have to learn early on called Revelio. Basically it's a spell of reveal, and you just spam that button as you're running around, and you'll actually hear them make a sound as well, so you'll know there's one near you. So as you just look around, keep spam the thing again, walk over to where it was, hit it again, the scroll appears, you immediately hit F and you can collect it. Some of these are hidden inside the top part of a statue, where you have other spells that levitate. So it could be a statue holding a ball, and you can levitate the ball so that it opens up and the scroll comes out. Again, these are all in every single area, town, etc. But particularly around Hogwarts itself, there is loads. So, and then for your early spell casting and talent points and combat, which is kind of all related, what I wanted to say about that was, let's go into talents here. There is a finite amount of talent points, but the talent points don't equal the maximum features under these categories. But I think I heard someone saying, I think it's under core, spend your first 2 points on spell knowledge 1 and 2. That gives you extra spell sets. Now you're probably thinking, what's a spell set? So if you look at that image there, the small one, I don't know if you can see that, it's disappeared there, but I'll see if I can get it back up. Basically you can only have 4, you can only have 1 set active. It's like an action bar basically with up to 4 spells. Each spell has a background color that corresponds to the type of spell it is. Now there is when it comes to combat, then when you're fighting others, if they have protection bubbles or shields around them, they'll be of a particular color. So by having a spell of each of the 4 colors in your first set, as well as using your main mouse button, you can basically counter the protection spell and then do a combination on your main wand attack, which is typically you want to do 4 consecutive hits after you take out the bubble. But yeah, you'll see more of that now shortly. What else is there? Yeah, early on, do all the school classes to get the spells unlocked as soon as possible. So that's part of the main quest line. You kind of want to do the main quest line up to about at least 15, because that gets you the room of requirement, which is basically like your own private dorm room. That, and even if you've never seen the movies, it's called a room of requirement because it will change to your needs, basically. So the room basically transmogrifies itself, and you can place down various types of benches for growing potions and plants and whatever else. There's loads of different things you can do there. Let's see, what else have we got? Yes, when we're talking about spending the first 2 points for talents on spell set 1 and 2 unlocks, it gives extra action bar sets to rotate between. So that spell set that you have open at that given time, I think it's the mouse wheel, allows you to quickly switch to the second, third and fourth, assuming you have them unlocked and mapped. Let me see if I can bring those up in here. Yeah, there we go. So I had to go back to the main game to do this. So here's my first set across the first row, second row, third row and fourth row. So normally so there's really, I suppose in this particular case, there's only the 3 main colors. So what I originally started was luminous for lights, make myself invisible, which is at the moment it's down the bottom. But anyway, yeah, typically you only have the first row or so. So one of the notes I have here is as I said, quickly hit the color that corresponds to the bubble defense color of the attacker. So let's say red. Then what you can do is there's a I think it's repulso, which is the Q button, puts a bubble around you. Click and hold it, and when you progress it correctly with the classes, click and hold doesn't just put the bubble around you, it actually does like a knockback stun effect on the character. Now that works up to a certain point where you might see a red or a hue on your bubble that tells you the incoming attack is going to break your bubble, because they're probably of a higher tier to the point where it's not going to stun them. What else have we got here? Yeah, it helps counter buffs by having the 4 different colors, or 3 different colors initially is all you'll have anyway. When you cast a spell, then use your default attack left mouse button 4 times consecutively, and then try combos to keep it going to do better combos. One of the things you will have on the bottom right is certain arcane magic meter that it'll fill up. You fill it up basically by doing combos. I think you have to do like a minimum of 10 in a row to get it up. And some creatures, they will drop arcane magic. It just drops on the ground and you run across it and it fills up the bar. Oh yes, don't forget to dodge roll when an incoming hit color is red, as Protego can't block those. Yeah, so that's effectively the quickest way of saying those couple of main starting points. Now it looks like I logged off in a main quest puzzle area, so I'm going to see if I can get out of here, or if we can finish what we were doing without dying. Oh, they're back. They respawned.
More statues.
Yeah, so this is a good example. Now this wouldn't be a typical example. Trying to find more of those things that we can throw at them, but at the moment I'm not finding much of anything. These are tougher than who you'll be dealing with at the start anyway, so don't worry too much. Yeah. Now there is a camera thing I've been meaning to turn off for the kind of targeting and aiming. So do you see the way I managed to take his weapon away from him? Uh-oh. Thankfully I have loads of potions on me. I think I might get killed here. I'm trying to remember which is which. Oh, we got him. I don't know how. Yeah, X means we've recharged. That's it. Finish him. Yeah, there's those drops I was talking about. So that was a bit of an intense introduction. As I said, this isn't what you would normally be killing. So the particular mission we're on is complete Percival Rackham's trial. Let's see, now that we've gotten that part out of the way, I think it put me back to the start of that particular room. So you see the way these are in yellow, they're kind of like main quests. So that's only, you see, when I started this character I did loads of exploring, to the point of exploring, looting, killing things, learning. As I started to see I needed other spells, I'd go back to this list and look at, well, actually, do I have anyone that I need to talk to learn another spell? Because when you click on these, say no to that, it'll tell you. So for example, these ones that I call grey are what I call side quests, but they can also be ones that can give you plenty of loot and gear early on. So that's how I'm level 23 basically. So at the moment we're doing this trial one. Was there something else I wanted to show? Oh yes. So I actually like these item looks, these Celtic ones, what they called, Crimson Ensemble, and oh yeah, Celtic Hero Cape. That's why I called it the Celtic set. But as I mentioned earlier about getting rid of stuff, don't worry about losing items you like the look of, because in reality what you should be doing is switching to the better gear. Now it won't always be better. Say, so there's blue, which is superb, it's 24, but it has lower defense if I was to switch to it, and it's what I call trace at level 1. This one here is level 2, so depending on what stats and level and stuff is on there, you might be better off staying at the second lowest level. But if I go over here, you can see my defense goes up to 68, 56, 59. As I said, don't worry about losing money. Now, you could pick the ones that are the cheapest ones to get rid of first. But what I was going to do, let me see, I think we are level 25 now, are we? Quidditch goggles. Yeah, let's stick those ones on and let's get rid of the blues. So that's worth 90, that's 90, 90. So I'm going to free up one of those. It just so happens, if I go back to here, can't remember where it is. Oh yeah, we also got wand handles. They usually get these as rewards. You don't run out of space with these, so you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. But let's say F to hover over, press F. So here you get to see all the previous scarves I had. There was one of these in particular, I think it was also Celtic. Oh yeah. See, you can apply the appearance but still retain the stats of the item that you're using, which is good. Right, let's go back. In fact, if we go to headwear, let's see what we got in here. Now it says unidentified item. What that basically means is you have to head back to the room of requirement, and there's a special table there that you open and it automatically scans all unidentified and tells you what the stats then are on them. That's locked, padlocked, because I'm not level 26 yet. I was looking for a different example of. Yes, we did switch up to those. Brown eye of nude goggles. Yeah, so now there's an appearance symbol that's appeared on that one that you can see we've altered it. Our juniper gloves have a... Oh, it actually has a trait in it. That's very good. Press F and let me see now, can we change the gloves? Oh yeah, we could. Blue. So you can click and hold and move and see what your gloves look like. Headwear, do we want to change the appearance on headwear? There are some silly looking things. There we go, that looks a bit better. More horse style. What do we have in here? Officers' uniforms, protectors, and ensemble. I guess that's more uniform. But I like the, what do you call it? Crimson Mystic in ensemble. Nice. We have different brooms that we got from a shop earlier. That's the one we've active. We haven't done any upgrades yet. So yeah, that's what you can do with that bit. There's loads of info in here. The map, as I said, won't be available because we're underground at the moment. We do have a talent point. I think I mentioned with Core early on. Again, because I had leveled up quickly doing other stuff. I had like 15, 16 points to spend when I first realised I had this in here to do. There was a couple of different things in here you can do. Yes, this one here is actually one of the other recommended ones. Protego absorption. That it is that it helps fill up your ancient magic meter by having that. Basic cast mastery. Reduce the spell cooldown is another one. What's this? Catch and throw disarmed enemy weapons. Yeah, that would have been useful for what we were doing there a moment ago. This one here, dodge, vanish, and quickly and reappear nearby. That's another good one. Stupefy. Yeah, that's related to what I was mentioned earlier about the bubble protection that you have on yourself. So as you can see, they go up vertically for the same abilities. Stealth. What we got there? Sense of secrecy. So basically, it's how it allows you to use it longer. Remote requirement, dark arts. Cursed attacks. Stunning course. Expelliarmus. Disarming. Oh yes, we used that as well. Spells. What have we got here? Incendio, Accio, and Levioso. Pretty much self-explanatory, most of these. It's either fire, pull towards you, push away, levitate. What's that? Fiery bolts that seek enemy targets. Okay, can do multiples, it looks like. Defindo. Cast slice to impacted enemies to strike additional targets. Bombardia. Descendo. Slam creates a damaging shockwave. Enemies struck with transformation spell transform into explosive objects. Alright, I hadn't seen that one. So yeah, loads of things to do. But again, you'll never get enough points to get them all, if you know, so you do need to kind of think about what you're doing. I will post. You should keep an eye on this. Most of the time you'll get a notification that tells you that there's a notification. You can go in and see what the message is, or do you have to go and meet someone or whatever. It doesn't seem to tick the box or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure I've done those ones as well. This is where's he? Professor Fig. That's who brings you to the Hogwarts initially. So that's my brief, simple introduction. Pretty much everything else. You just need to see things working and how things are. As I said, quite a few of these main story quests are reminiscent of other games like Tomb Raider, for example, where you find yourself on the ground and then there's moving platforms or something to swing across, whatever. So in this case, we've got a room where all is not as it seems, where walls can disappear depending on how you perceive or are facing. Excuse me. It's a law of quantum physics, actually, or quantum entanglement, actually, that how you perceive something, but then torn away, it changes. So for example, this up here, see that wall? That wall's not really there. I think, yeah, so at the moment we can easily break those statues. Don't know what that's for, but when I was trying to figure this out last time I was on, yeah, see this big gateway. So this changes your perception. You walk through. Now walk through it again. Oh, actually no, we did it the wrong way around, didn't we? I think we have to go around this way first. I can't remember now which way I did it. I got further than this anyway. But anyway, let's go up the stairs. I think this is where we first went up. Yeah, see? Now, this spot we're standing on, press F, I think it is. So use Accio. Now we can walk onto it. Press F to investigate. See, the wall disappeared. So basically we need to get over there. But the problem is the one platform that's on the pull ring that's on that wall doesn't actually move towards us. See? Doesn't actually do it. So if you think about it, this is the only one that's actually moving at the moment. So the question is how do we get this, the other side of this walkway? And it's to do with this, as I say, quantum entanglement feature, where we basically have to get it to the point where the walkway isn't there, to then being able to pull it across into this area, to then switching things back to the way they were. Let me see, can we jump? Yes, we can. So if I walk, is this the right one?
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway?
Exactly. So there's your clue.
Different.
See the way it's now disappeared on this end? So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, Accio again, bring it across, just enough that it's sitting where the bridge was. Release it. Now, I think we have to go back through.
Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
Exactly. So the question now is
I need to see how the room changes when I move in and out of the archway.
okay, go up now here and jump onto it. So in theory, if we now do Accio, we're now further across. Oh yeah, press the button again to release Accio, otherwise it'll keep you stuck. So that's where this part of the puzzle is. Now we are 20 something hours into this already.
I'll never get used to these floors.
The reason I thought to break the statues is in case they come alive, because don't necessarily want those coming alive and attacking. And in this particular puzzle area, the floor keeps, or this trial, everything, the floor keeps changing. See? It's very clever. Right, now the fact that I see a throwable object there, the egg thing, tells me there's going to be more of these guards are going to spawn in. Yeah, we're a bit too far from them, but I think they're going to trigger when I walk closer. Yep. That circle on the floor means they're about to come down on us. Again, need to have plenty of potions on me. Now, ideally, I could do with a few more of those pots on the that were on the ground earlier. Oh, there's just recharged. Another one came down. You can actually drink 2 at a time, I've noticed. We shrunk him, did we? Uh-oh, there is a lot more of them coming actually. I just noticed. Controls are clunky, which is why I don't particularly like them. And we're reloaded. Yeah, no, that was messy. There is a much better way of doing it. I hear a very eerie, pulsating sound. Anything? There's a box back up that way. And behind, no. That, okay. Let's go down.
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. But where?
Alright, so there's a pull cord ring there, one over there. Ultimately, we're going to the yellow marker. The question is why do I need to go to there if I could just go to there instead? So that portal was going to change perspective of this room, I think, is what it is. Or it's going to give us access to that chest only, maybe. Could just be that we just need to see what's the other side when we go through here. Yeah, see, at the moment you don't see anything except that platform. But when you look there, There is none. So the
Now
question
to
is
see what's changed on each side of this archway.
and she does give you hints like that as well. Now, as you can see, there is no there's no pull cord on this side, but there's one over there.
Things are definitely different on either side of the archway. But how?
Can we get to that one? Maybe. How far across are we? Now, I don't know how we're going to get back up to here is my only concern at the moment. But I'm going to drop down. Oh. So we got some gear that's lower than what we're wearing, basically. Come back through.
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That ought to work.
Indeed. I think we need to pull it back close enough that we can actually climb up. There we go. Do you know what we didn't see? Now I know there's that one, there's that one. When you look directly over there, we don't see any on that end, but there's one there. Could it be that if we go through...
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That ought to work.
So that puts us back. So it knows we would fall and die, so that's why it sent us back. Yeah, as I said, this isn't entirely a basic first video. As I say, we are quite a bit ahead, so... But, no, I think for a first episode, I think that's giving a good taste of what you can do. As I say, the map shows an awful lot more that can be done, and that's maybe what we'll do for the second episode.
And used Accio on the other. That ought to work.
And anyway, we'll leave it there for now.